Okay, well today we are at the Goodwill and it is pretty early in the afternoon. We're not super late today. There's like nobody in the parking lot. I was really confused. I pulled in and I'm like, are they open? I'm assuming they're open. Like, they have to be open, right? We're gonna head in and hope that they're open and maybe find some stuff that we can flip for a profit. So here we go. So I always start out here on this end of the store and I spotted this pumpkin here. I really liked it for my own personal decor. It is fall and I love fall. I'm really excited for it. And this pumpkin actually lights up. So I'm really excited to decorate with this. And I did not buy it for resale. I bought it for myself. So it goes into the cart. Now I kind of breeze through the baskets pretty quickly. I'm not an expert on baskets by any means, but I usually just grab whatever catches my eye. In this case, I spot this guy right here. I believe he's supposed to be split ash. I'm not positive on that, but I love the curly cues, and so I buy it for the little curly cues. Now over here we've got some Easter baskets. We've also got this little basket right here, but not a whole lot in the basket section. So I move right along, and in this bin right here, I spot this felt thing, and I just think, Juliet could have a lot of fun with this. So I do end up grabbing these for my daughter to play with. I thought that she would just get a kick out of these. I did like the glaze on this bowl, this speckled celadon glaze, but there was no markings on it and it was just a single bowl. So I decided that I really didn't need a single bowl and I left it. Up here, I liked the design on this. I believe it's terribly modern. It was $1.99. This piece, it had a modern sticker on it as well. I liked this little duck figurine, but I have so many figurines right now that is the reason I passed on it. Not because I couldn't resell it, but because I constantly have in my head how much inventory I already have, and that kind of sometimes goes into my buying decisions. Now this piece did have modern stickers on the bottom. I checked out this teapot here, but really I should just totally steer clear of teapots. Teapots are Andrew's thing, and he is the really good at teapots, and I am not. So this little vase down here, I thought, if this was in any other color, I would probably buy it. It's only 99 cents. 99 cents. Come on. No. It is clear. The clear glass doesn't get much love these days. Down here, I liked this swan sled. It is made in somewhere. I was a little hesitant, but I thought, it is a swan sled. I think I will take the swan sled. It's not very often you see a swan sled. This piece right here looked to be hand painted, but it looked to be modern hand painted, and so I left it there. And then I spotted this. No, not this. This is modern. And it was very light. I spotted this. This is what I spotted. And this is marked Eldrith on the bottom. So I was very excited to find a piece of Eldrith on the shelves. This is made locally in Lancaster. And so I always love finding Eldrith stoneware. And it goes directly into the cart. Up here we've got a Mother Goose teapot. Again, I just need to forget teapots and let Andrew do the teapots. I liked these two little pieces, but no. This was still in the original box. It had butterflies on it. It was marked the knick-knack. So I liked it because it had butterflies on it. It was a little trinket box, and it was still in the original box. So for $1.99, I decided to get the little butterfly trinket box. I could not get the lid back on, and neither could the girl at the register because she tried as well. We've got a little pearl luster souvenir spoon for Virginia Beach. It was $1.99. I don't typically pick up souvenir pieces. Andrew does a lot, but I don't. I feel like they're very specific. There is a market for them, but I'm not real educated on that market. I saw that little tile and it kind of interested me, but it was just attached to a frame, so I'm like, never mind. Keep moving. Do a drive by the purses real quickly. Wait. That looks kind of cute. Looks like some sort of critter carrier. I don't need a critter carrier. I spotted this and I liked this because it reminded me of my grandparents. My grandparents always had gumdrops on the countertops. And so for me, this was like a little bit of nostalgia, and I considered taking it with me, but I got distracted by this. I was like, oh, I like this. It's wood. It would look nice on the wall. I kind of looked a little bit to see if there was another one because it looked like it would have been a pair, but I did not see a second one. But for $2.99, I bought it anyway. And then I kept moving, and I did not revisit the little candy thing. Here we have a little frog captaining a ship, I guess a sailboat. He is on a sailboat, a shell sailboat, a shell frog on a shell sailboat. And I liked it, so I grabbed it. This piece right here is vintage amber glass, but I passed. Right now is kind of the time to be buying the vintage amber glass, but for some reason I didn't feel like that was the piece to buy. These were nice. These were hobbyist pieces. They were initialed and dated on the bottom, and they were hobbyist pieces. And because they were hobbyist pieces, I decided to pass on them this time. Sometimes I pick them up, sometimes I leave them. This particular time I left them behind. We've got a nice little compote here. It has the gold edges. Very nice, but because it is by itself, it is not in a set, I decided to leave it. The yellow vase with the crack is still there. That little bowl looked interesting, but it was definitely modern, probably something from Big Lots. I liked this little piece, but again, this was another hobbyist piece. It was marked on the bottom with initials. And then I spotted this box of trinkets here on the shelf, and I decided to investigate a little further. I usually do pretty well with these little boxes. Usually there's one item in there that just brings pays for it all. So for $4.99, we've got this little wooden egg in here that's nicely painted. There's a piece of glass in here that is clearly old because it is sun purple, which means that it has a chemical in the glass that turns purple over time when it's exposed to the sun. So I like that. And there's quite a few pieces of old glass. It looks like there's a Wheaton bottle in there, and the Wheaton reproduction bottles don't do terribly well, but they do okay. So there's some good stuff in there. And so for $4.99, I decide that I can more than make my money back on that. We've got a beautiful blown glass ornament, but I decide to pass on that piece. I liked this tin. It was a little nice Asian tea tin. That was obviously a modern piece. It has the Made in China sticker on the bottom. A lot of people ask me why I don't buy things from China because they get one snapshot of my videos, but I do buy stuff from China. I do. I just don't usually buy the modern stuff from China. And then we found the little toadstool, and it is so adorable for $1.99. I love this, and it is either a salt or pepper shaker. I checked the shelf real quick to see if there is a second one or if it is all by its lonesome. Unfortunately, it's by itself, but that really doesn't bother me because I think it's just so cute, and I decided to take it. This piece right here is a little storytelling doll. Usually they're Native American, but this one on the bottom actually says not a Native American made product, which is a little upsetting to me because I feel like those pieces are typically made by Native Americans and sold, and I don't know. I felt like that was just weird. This piece was pretty interesting. I liked this. I thought it was cool. It was modern. I've seen older vintage versions of them, but that one was modern. We've got some vintage glasses here. These are Looney Tune glasses. A full set of these glasses can bring some good money. Unfortunately, these are kind of just the regular ones. They wanted $1.99 each for them. If you find Slowpoke, those ones can be worth good money. So, but those ones on the shelves were just, the typical ones. So I left those behind. I like those shoes. Ashton is singing downstairs while I'm doing this voiceover. You can hear him, maybe. Here we have a bird, a little bird. Unfortunately, the beak was broken. The camera did not pick that up because it didn't have time to focus, but the beak on the bird was broken, unfortunately. I liked this piece, but it was Elements China. You didn't even get to see the full piece. Need to work on my camera skills.
I'll give you my. You
have to pay me. No.
Because that might be somebody whose family doesn't. I mean, like, what if it's a couple who doesn't know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think that every time I come across those photos.
I feel so bad. It's like I don't know them.
Yeah.
But it's like this is somebody's day. Maybe he's alive. Maybe she's alive. Maybe their kids are alive.
Absolutely.
Would you do that, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like terrible.
I know. Every time I come across photos
I don't put it
of
back
people.
then because I don't have to own it. I know. I mean, I saw one time I went to Goodwill in New Jersey where I live. My parents live here.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture of a client of mine and her family. And I was like, why is Andrea's picture here? So on my page.
Oh, at the Goodwill you saw
it was a picture of the whole family. And I didn't get it. And then it's like, oh, she passed away. And I should have bought it that day.
Oh, no.
I didn't know a couple years ago. And I'm like, did somebody just clean out the house? Because my mother always says, oh, nobody's going to want this. But please,
99 cents. I'll buy it.
Would you? And just post it. Because it's somebody's family or somebody's grandparents or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
So here's another look at the photo real quick. I do have it in my possession, and I think it would be awesome if we could actually find the family and reconnect them with the photo if they want it. So moving along, I found these glasses right here. I love the gold on the glasses, but I decided to pass on those. This piece right here I liked, but as you can see, it had modern stickers, which was surprising because it actually looks like it's made to look like a vintage piece. My conures are throwing a fit, if you cannot tell. I liked those goblets. but I don't want to ship those goblets. I liked this vase. I was hoping it would be a little heavier when I lifted it, and because of the weight, I decided to leave it there on the shelf. Now, I did like these glasses. I loved the color of them, but unfortunately, I did see a few flea bites. And for those of you who don't know what flea bites are, they are the very tiniest little chips around the edge that are more detectable by feel than by sight. And it's been a term in the industry for a very, very long time. Now, I did venture into the Halloween section briefly, and I did find this piece, which I don't say is necessarily Halloween, but it is definitely fall themed, and it has a little light inside to light up the windows. And I liked the pumpkins around the outside, and I thought it would be nice for Halloween, or fall, or both. So I decided to grab that. I also found this little teacup, which looked old, but it was not. It had very modern markings on the bottom. I really liked these because they had little polka dots all over them, but upon closer inspection, I realized that somebody had actually put all of the dots on it, and it was actually intended to be clear because all of the dots were, in fact, falling off. And so it really wasn't as cool as I thought it was. And I figured, by the time I get this home, probably all of the dots will have fallen off, so I'm not going to mess with it. I liked the pattern on that. It was fine bone china, and the pattern did remind me of one that Eric had showed me recently, I believe by Royal Ainsley. Not positive about that, but that was what the pattern reminded me of, but it clearly was not. So I loved that. And again, back to the purses, just checking through them real quick to see if there's any vintage ones that really catch my eye. This one had a vintage look, but it really was not vintage. Down here, this one, apparently I had it upside down. Oh boy. Now when I got up to the front to check out, I did notice this vase here in the front display case, and they wanted $12.99 for it, but I did decide that I would take it with me because you can see there the design is just really nice, and yeah, $12.99. So I did decide to grab this for $12.99. I figured I could at least double my money on it, and of course we've got some figurines there, but I didn't see any vintage figurines there in the little case there. So I met back up with Sharon, and she had found this really cool album here. And she was very excited about it because on the back, it was actually signed, which made it even cooler. So she was very excited about that, and I wanted to share it with you. So I feel like that was a pretty good trip to the Goodwill. We didn't find anything fantastic, but we found some good items. We also met a wonderful woman named Sharon, and she told me she saw me with the camera, and she brought over that picture, and she gave us both a mystery and a challenge to track down the people in the photo and maybe their family. And that's like something for me, and I feel like I know there's other people out there who have that same reaction when you see photos of people in the thrift store. Like, I always just wonder, like, how did they end up there? Who are they? So it was really interesting for her to come over and show me this photo. And originally she said to me, do you do Facebook? Would you put this on Facebook? And I said, I can do one better. So I told her I would post it in my video and maybe someone would recognize them. I don't know. I know it's probably a slim chance, but I figured I would post the photo here in a video. And who knows? We're here in, I guess, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania is where that Goodwill is. I don't think it's actually Mechanicsburg, but it's around Mechanicsburg. And, they could be local. I don't know. But I thought that was really cool. And I thought that was really, really neat. It was really neat that she would have thought of that and would have brought that over and would have challenged us to do that. So she was a really nice lady. I told her who I was. I told her to look me up. I don't know if she will, but I really enjoyed talking to her and getting to know her a little bit better, even for those brief moments at the Goodwill. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to head in now. I've got stuff to do. I've got, the kids have started back at school and it's been busy, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. I've got a train coming through. You can tell I'm actually at home and I'm not filming in the Goodwill parking lot when the train goes by. But I will see all of you tomorrow. Later.
My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook.